Hello.
Hello.
You want to introduce yourself first?
Hello, I'm Jada. I'm a content designer on Stellaris, and I should look at the camera. Sorry, this is my first stream, and I'm here to show to you the Payback origin that I worked on.
Hi, I'm Byron. I'm the game designer who's working on First Contact. I'm here as co-host, mostly to pay attention to chat.
Okay.
Right, and we are playing the pre-scripted Payback Empire.
Yes, and also we have a surprise for you, because we managed to sneak in today something that was not in the original dev diary, because we showed the tooltip of what this origin does. For people that has not read it, Payback is an origin about you got invaded by, you were a privateer who got invaded by a space civilization that at first was nice and then not so nice. But you fought and you won. And now you got the technology to go in space, but you're not quite sure of what to do because those people are still out there and they don't like you. So you started with fewer pops than normal because you just survived your Independence Day. You have lacking some technology. You have the special archetype, which is the ship of the evil guys you just defeated. And you start with more FTLs around. And if you play this Origin, you will also get somebody who plays Broken Shackles, which is this Origin that my colleague streamed on Friday.
Yeah, we showed that one on Friday.
Which is about some slaves that just escaped from the same evil guy. So this means that some of your population, if you pay Payback, is in the Broken Shackles Empire. And also, and the surprise that we managed to add is that these people do more damage to empires that are stronger than them, because they're the underdog. And I'm actually pretty bad at fighting in this game. This is why I have Byron with me. Don, what are we playing? This Galaxy?
Yeah.
Oh.
So much.
Read it in a very dramatic way.
No, you can read it. I'm just.
No, you do it.
Fine, I'll read it. But I was going to say, much like Broken Shackles, you start off with no spaceships and such. So, we had a deal. When the visitors from the stars revealed themselves, they offered us a fair contract. Technological enlightenments to be repaid in installments. Within a generation, our planet was transformed into a so-called advanced civilization. Then we read the fine print. To repay our debt, they insisted we work for them on an indefinite term. When our leaders protested, the outsiders turned violent. We fought back. We won, though barely, and only after suffering sizable losses. Now our scientists have finally reverse-engineered the secrets of FTL travel from the ships we destroyed. It's a big galaxy out there, but sooner or later we're sure to meet our benefactors again. In fact, we're looking forward to it. It's time to get some payback. Fear of the Dark was mentioned in the dev diaries, and Iggy will be streaming that at some point. I'm not sure when.
Start some getting.
We should probably start researching the technologies we lack.
Yes.
And if we look at our home world, it's a bit of a disaster.
Yes, so Payback had just survived the Independence Day, basically. So we started with some planet devastation. We started with a lot of debris that you can see here. And is a spaceship. But we also started with an unified purpose, because they fought together. So we kept it pretty vague on how exactly these people managed to defeat the Space Invader despite having a pretty inferior technology, because we want the player to think about their own stories. So we try to strike the delicate balance between giving some content to the player, but also letting them be free to make their own canon. Personally, my own headcanon is just that...
It's the event when we
Yes.
pick how we're going to meet people.
And it's a bit different than others, because our first encounter with alien life form left a worry for us. There's life out there, and while exploring the galaxy, we will doubly... too many events. Wait. We will doubly meet intelligent life again, but the manner of our greeting is still up to debate. While some advocate for establishing friendly relationship as quickly as possible, others advise caution, pointing out that our friendly nature is exactly what led us to imprisonment and betrayal. And a third, more radical group pushed for preemptive actions. The best way to avoid a second invasion is to eat them first, they said. No more we bow to the will of Xenos. So you clearly cannot start with a nice one.
We should probably be aggressive.
Yeah. We are playing the Prescripted Empire is militarist and egalitarian, but we left the choice to be xenophile, and the event is a bit different the case, because we found, if you're xenophile and you just like aliens, you're like, okay, we had a very, very bad first encounters, but maybe they're not all as bad, right? And receive a worship. This is another starting event exclusive to this origin. You read now.
I'll read this one. The battle against the alien invaders left our home system full of debris, shattered warships and broken promises. The sheer amount of flotsam clustering the areas made it difficult to develop satellites and to launch spaceships from Nog, which is our capital and homeworld. Under the proposed cleanup project, specially designed construction ships will utilize nets to dredge the space in near orbit, allowing us to approach the MSI warship that still looms over our capital. So what this will do is it'll issue a special project where we can get a basically construction ship to start cleaning up, so we should probably build a construction ship.
Yeah, because this ship is very pretty. We did some dev diaries on the ship, and we're like, yeah, as soon as we show this, players will want to have that ship. So this arc site was made.
Maybe we can fix it.
And as we're saying before, why we've won this war? Why are these people not getting back with like a planet cracker? My headcanon is that these people were trying to enlighten you as simply a megacorp, and like they underestimated you. You destroyed one of their big ships, and now they're like, yeah, this is not worth it. Like, money speaking, we're at a loss. We could go and kill everybody. We were here to get slaves, so this is just not worth it. Are we researching these technologies?
Yeah.
Speed it up.
Yeah, we should probably start getting construction ships or science ships.
Oh. To be boring and discovery. And when we announced this DLC, there were... Oh no, I should block this event for this. When we announced this DLC, people were like, oh, we would like to play as per FTS. And we thought about that, but the thing is that it will be just this, but even more boring. As in, I think there would be an interesting narrative to build about, oh, you going to the start for the first time, but it will be pretty hard to make it interesting when you just have a planet and you have to click on district and buildings. It will have to be heavily on the narrative side, not this one.
Log updated.
Oh, we're... Wait. What's happening to my account?
We have a deficit. We need more industry.
Yeah, do we have to? Yeah, we can build some industry. Don't expect me to play well.
You want me to drive?
Huh?
You want me to drive for a
Yeah,
bit?
let's switch at least for a bit. Don't expect me to play well also because lately I've been so busy making this origin that I actually have not played the Orion update. Should we switch seats?
Yes.
You do.
You take that headset.
Oh, switching.
You can talk more than...
I can talk here.
Then you can talk. I will attempt to recover our economy.
Yeah. So you worked on the Orion update more than me. So you know
Yes.
how to make ships. I don't.
I mostly tried to teach the auto designer how to make ships.
Pull up those microphones a little bit, thank you.
There we go. Right, we'll get the blockers researched.
They suggest that we should turn on map the stars. I was waiting to get a science ship, but yes.
Well, we're building a science ship now. Oh, the other thing is because of...
Yeah, we really should block the cultist event chain from this because it's a bit
Yes.
funny. It's on my list, I think. See, this is why... This is the harder part of making Stellaris content, that you make the content and it looks fine, and then you remember that there are a million other moving parts and special cases when things don't make sense.
Yeah. The other thing is because our planet was recently unified and, well, MSI tried to guide our developments, we don't exactly start with your usual arrangement of buildings. So we have these handy unification officers that are making sure that the planet is unified and everyone gets what they need. But those will go away after like 20 years. Okay, we have a science ship. Okay.
Evading hostile.
No, stop evading.
You're asking
Stop.
us to remove the cultist chain. I don't think we should remove it.
Okay.
I think we should just add more starting event chains so people get some variety because people who have been playing this game for years.
Yeah.
Of them.
Right. Well, once we've researched corvettes, which we'll do after we've finished cleaning up all the orbital debris, we'll kill the cultists.
We should probably talk a bit about why we even made this origin.
Yeah.
So this origin was basically 3 origins put together in a trench coat because I think it started with something called Learn to Fly, which was... Steven made it, right?
So I think the original draft of Broken Shackles was an origin that Stephen pitched for federations called Escaped Slaves, which had the Escaped Slaves bit, but none of the narrative involving MSI. Then back when I was experimenting with origin ideas for Overlord, I came up with Victims of the Past, which was just your civilization had been abducted by aliens throughout history, and you could find pre-FTL civilizations.
But there was also something called Learn to Fly.
Yeah, there was Forced to Fly, which was where you were forcibly uplifted. There were a lot. I'm just going to automate the science ship.
So we start, usually when we make a DLC, we start brainstorming ideas for origins, and these were all the ideas that kind of fit. And I think that one on the list was Learn to Fly. I pitched something that was basically the Star Trek Deep Space Nine origin, which was you start as the Bajorans. You just won this galactic war against your evil invaders. So you have an enemy, but also a friend. And then there were a lot of people who said that we should just do XCOM for First Contact. So we put all these ideas together and we made Payback.
Okay, so we've now cleared the debris in orbit of our homeworld. The debris is gone. And now we can safely approach the wreckage.
And again, we decided to not make an origin based where you start as a pre-FTL because it would have been pretty hard and probably pretty boring. So we decided to focus more on what happened after instead, and to not focus too much on the invasion itself.
I have corvettes.
And now you can't buy those jackets.
The only way to get these jackets is to work on Stellaris. We probably have some vacancies. Okay, so we have a warship. We can start sending a science crew to...
This one? This one? Oh, we don't have enough.
Got enough unity for the eager researcher, so we'll get them researching.
Construction complete.
I'm being careful to only build things away from the cultist ship. But we'll soon have a fleet capable of rivaling the cultists.
Survey complete.
We've cleared some of the debris on our homeworld because the Payback homeworld starts with loads of ship debris, which you can clear, and whenever you clear it, you either get some resources or you might find caches of MSI's technology.
So we wanted this origin to start with you in a pretty bad shape, but also give players some tools to catch up.
Anomaly detected.
Mostly, I want to get this dig site done.
Anomaly detected. Survey complete.
What else should we talk about?
Well, we can go kill these cultists.
Yeah,
We don't have
No.
the unity. We don't have the unity to hire an admiral, so I'm just going to send our fleet without an admiral. Okay.
We should disable them for broken shackles as well. Even
Yeah.
though it's pretty funny, we just freed ourselves. We crash on this planet. Let's start a cult. Oh, so fun fact, I actually never played XCOM. I'm more of a Fire Emblem kind of person. The older Fire Emblem, not the new one that is basically a dating sim. And the more people were like, oh, you should play XCOM, the more I'm like, you know what, I'm going to do it later at this point, because if I do it now, I will just get influenced by it, right?
Yeah.
Survey complete.
I am lazy, so I'm just saying, putting everything.
Oh,
to
this
one
was
place.
Iggy asking this question.
Yeah, that sounds like he's trying to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sabotage me.
Don't worry, we'll pay him back on his stream.
Anomaly.
People are saying to not do the special project for the cultists so we can ignore them.
Well, it's a bit late. We've got 3 systems where that might be residing in. We've also got the Voltoom, which.
You were quiet, I was helping. Yeah, Iggy. Okay, fair.
Maybe I should buff the cultists. No.
Maybe what we should do is that we should talk to the XCOM developers and I play XCOM if they play. Either.
Okay. So, we finished the first stage of
Is
the
there
dig
a-
site on the battleship.
So, coming up with something is so hard, why not use Apollo Polar Origin for inspiration? Also, the thing is that mods are mods and official content is official content, and we are sometimes we'll do look at mod, but we can't exactly lift ideas we'll say from mod. Also because people will be like, hey, I do this thing, and then there are totally legal issues.
You can sign commercial agreements with pre-FTLs, but you can't exactly operate in the same way as MSI.
I mean, we kind of encourage it as in we're giving players the same tools of playing as the MSI. If you want, you can have the same strategy
Yeah.
of going around slowly in manipulating the pre-FTLs, giving them technology, and then just
Sign
integrate
commercial pacts with them.
Yeah.
Make sure you pass the Exploitation Act in Galcom. But we finished the first stage of the dig site on the spaceship. So we can't detect signs of life within the derelict warship, but the engines still faintly buzz and machines are at work inside the empty halls. There is good reason to believe the ship is still operational, and attempts to board it are sure to awaken the security system. We must proceed with caution. But we get some engineering research.
So, fun fact is that this is part of kind of like, it's foreshadowing for some content we cut, because the idea at the start was that the station had a security system and you would be able to fight hordes of security drones before being able to open the next stage of the arc site. But we tried to do that, and it just never quite worked in an interesting way, because you were there with a science ship trying to excavate this thing, and then there are just enemies popping out and mostly attacking your science ship, and then you have to shoot them, and then to open the arc site again, and it was just very clunky. So
Yeah,
we're
we've got a lot of feedback from QA saying it didn't work well.
Yeah, but it was worthwhile because now we replace it with a similar event chain that we will hopefully see soon.
We should run into. Okay, we found more cultists. Fantastic. Okay.
Anomaly detected.
Why not make it like a planet land elements instead of space battle? Because everybody hates ground combat. Do you really want us to add more ground combat?
Engaging.
And to answer the question about the unknown fleets, there's a current bug on this build where you can see fleets that are traveling through high planes even when you shouldn't.
Stop, this is important.
Yes.
This is the start of the event chain, we say.
So a small self-contained cache has just entered the edges of our home system, loudly announcing its arrival with a signal beacon. Once retrieved, the cache revealed its grim contents. A lengthy list detailing all the military assets we destroyed during the war against our invaders, complete with crew casualties and the estimated value of each destroyed vessel. Our former invaders are officially demanding war reparations. This, despite the fact that they are the ones who invaded us. Even more outrageously, they also claim that all the destroyed ships in our system are still their property, and any attempt to destroy, refit, or retro-engineer the wreckage will put us in breach of terms and conditions. A debt collecting agency will soon contact us to settle the matter. So we're going to get debt collectors in 5 years.
Yep, and they're in the situation log.
So, yeah. Well, I'm sure we'll be fine.
Yes, but maybe no. So we made this event chain because we wanted Payback is all about revenge, right? So you want to take revenge on these guys who invaded you. But if you start in a big galaxy, or if you're just unlucky, you might not met them in decades. So we invented the debt collectors as a way to get a bit of pressure on the player. Oh yeah, remember, they are still out there. You should start thinking about your revenge. And I know that the idea of debt collectors sounds kind of funny, but it's not too far. We put this. So this is clearly an origin about a country that has been invaded. And at the start, when we started working on this, we were like, okay, there are clearly things about colonialism that we, as a bunch of white designers, are not exactly equipped to work on. So we will try to put this into a kind of economic slavery that is something that people are more familiar with.
And we've continued exploring the wreckage. We have found the bodies of the ship's crew, or rather what's left of them. We could either dissect them and gain some society research, or parade them, and I'm leaning towards we should parade them.
Parade them to our cities.
Yeah.
So we were trying to do something that is more about economic slavery, as in, yeah, this is something that they can see people being more familiar with. It's a bit like when you sign up a subscription for something and then you realize that you signed a decade-long contract and you can't get out. But also remember that when we talked a bit with the people on the Victoria Free team, and we're like, hey, do you have any advice on how to handle these things? We were like, yeah, there are some historical events that are a bit similar, like when French asked Haiti for war reparation.
I think that's actually modelled in Vicky 3. Or it was when I last fired the game up. That Haiti starts with paying war reparations.
I saw the ghost of an entity.
Yeah,
we should put a sign ship in that direction.
I think that bug should be fixed on another internal build, but I don't think the fix got merged into the hot code we are playing on. I'm gonna go mercantile. I like it.
And now the origin does not tie into the enigmatic cache, we just reuse the image. Colonize that plan.
Yeah.
I like this name. It sounds like burp.
And one of our scientists, one of our other scientists, it now has the worst trait in the game.
Yeah. Again, so it's like the African countries that still have to play France despite France being with plunder. It was not as in we want to make a game about that because we did not want to reference real events, but we are aware of the parallels. And I mean, this is a hard thing, as in, we're dealing with a game that is about space, but also about war and genocide, and sometimes you have to be careful about how some of the things you make can be very similar to real events and decide how you want to portray them.
Yeah. Which is why I'm glad I don't need to write those. I spend more time looking at spreadsheets.
I'm glad I don't work on Hoi.
Okay.
Oh.
As we scour the warship's central database, the designs of our former masters have grown clear. The way they approached us with enlightenments only to train us to become better slaves, their well-honed plans and protocols, their calculated lies. Our world was clearly not their first attempt, but an example of their core business strategy. New analysis.
So when we started defining the MSI, the only idea we had was, okay, we don't want them to be just evil alien conqueror who just arrived and destroyed everything. But then we realized that it was interesting to try, so the thing is we wanted the MSI to behave in a way that is very similar to our players. And we wanted also, no, we were not
Actually laugh, but
as in we decided then to be a normal empire, not a crisis one, and to be able to do everything that the players can also do. And we also wanted for players who are into invading everything and everybody to think a bit more about stuff like the stellar culture shock. So by thinking about how the narrative and the mechanics can play together, we ended up inventing the MSI business strategy. That is, okay, we're going to be nice, we are going to reveal ourselves to them in a specific way and give them technology, because this way we avoid the stellar culture shock and we can teach them to use the machine that we want them to use as slaves.
And yes, that does now work. The more technologically enlightened pre-FTLs are, the less culture shock they have if you invade them. Or when you reveal yourselves, because they still get culture shock if you reveal yourselves to them.
And yeah, they are an advanced AI empire, they're not a fallen empire.
They're an advanced AI empire, and they start with 2 versions of this thing that are fully functional on game start. I'm not going to say anything more about what fully functional means right now.
Do you explain it? No, they only spawn if you select Payback or Broken Shackles.
Yeah.
And those origins don't spawn if you don't select them.
Yeah, so the AI is forbidden from randomly spawning with either of the pre-FTL, for lack of a better term, origins. And MSI only spawns if there's one of those in the galaxy. So either a player needs to be playing one, or you need to have force spawned one when you were setting up the galaxy in order for MSI to show up.
Yeah, because we know the player don't want to deal with the same prescripted empire every time, and we did not want to have an AI spawn the MSI and the other origin. Especially if you play in a small galaxy, it becomes a bit cluttered.
Yeah. This does mean you can do horrific things like play as a Payback empire, force spawn another empire that has the Imperial Fiefdom origin, force spawn another empire that has the Scion origin, and then you've got fallen empires, you've got advanced empires with subjects, you've got MSI.
And then you get to the canon Stellaris galaxy with all the prescripted empires.
Okay, we've defeated the cultists. We can clean up their wreckage, but I kind of don't want to because I don't want more cultists showing up. But I do want to search the debris tech.
Speaking of Imperial Fiefdom, can you do something about the behavior of the Overlord of the surveillance claim system so fast? Well, I did not
It's
work
on my
on Overlord,
agenda.
so... Pardon me.
For 3.8, when I have time, I want to take a better look at how AI personality shapes their behavior.
Oh yeah, that's on my agenda too, but for
Yeah.
the Galcom.
Yeah,
I would
so-
like for the Galcom, for empires in the Galcom to vote a bit more thinking, oh.
Okay, we have our debt collectors. God, they're ugly.
Yeah, they're picked randomly between one of the races that the MSI has. So this time is... Sometimes you get like the cutest starfishes, so that's funny.
We are contacting you on behalf of Minimal Specialized Industries regarding an outstanding debt. Being a fledgling spacefaring society, we understand that you may not be in a position to repay the full amount. Our aim is to aid you in selecting an appropriate repayment plan, one which will settle any outstanding debts without stifling economic growth. Accordingly, we are happy to offer you a consultation free of charge. It is our ardent wish that this matter can be settled amicably. Okay, who are they? Even before our people first reached the stars, we understood that everyone has a role to play in this galaxy. Some cultures crave power, others pursue knowledge. We evolve to favor service. There, okay.
The chat is saying to refuse to pay. We can at
I
least
want to
look...
see what I have to pay them before I say no. Okay, we're willing to settle. What do they want? We have a debt equal to... okay, let me just... 1.4 million energy credits, if I've read that right.
Yes.
Okay, so we could either pay them 5,000 energy credits every 15 years, 2,500 consumer goods every 15 years, or 1,250 alloys every... Don't have that much money. Can we just... If you are unable and unwilling to cover the energy costs, you may repay your debt by pledging a certain percentage of your labour pool to Minimal Specialist Industries. Your workers will be transported to their designated job sites and be provided with basic accommodation until they have successfully repaid the debt. It is worth noting that said workers do not need to be full citizens. You're asking for slaves. Oh no, they're asking for indentured servants.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
This is not
We
the-
refuse to pay. Bring it on. We have a navy. It's like not the largest navy in the world. We have a navy.
Spaceport under attack.
Okay, they killed our science ship that was excavating the...
Oh.
Okay. I should have probably removed the
Medical
science
students-
ship before we said we'd fight them. But
So, fun fact is that when I was a student during the pandemic, I ended up in a very bad situation where I paid for student accommodation where I could not live because I was in a lockdown and I got stuck in a different place and I could legally not return to that place. And then they sent the debt collectors around at me for not paying rent for a place where I could not live. And I went and got the emails for these people as an inspiration.
they're going to be back in 15 years, so I'll build up a larger navy, and we'll just continue telling them, no, we will pay our debt with missiles, not money. Or
Yeah, if you go to the situation logs, it says when they will return, and they say how much you pledge to pay or to not pay.
We didn't pledge to pay anything. I hope they like bullets
Yeah.
and lasers. We will pay them with that.
So this is the solution we decide to do in case to pressure you a bit to think about your revenge and find the MSI and fight it. Because even if you decide, yeah, I don't want to fight these people, they're not going to leave you alone. And having to pay or fight them every time is annoying. Ah,
I don't like that screen keeps going off.
shake the mouse. Yes, there are lasting consequences for not paying.
Actions having consequences? Never.
Colony established.
Okay, I'm going to build an alloy foundry because I suspect when they return, they're not going to be impressed that we blew up security drones.
And yeah, no amount of ship is worth that much, but consider the emotional damage and also the lives of the aliens that you killed while they were trying to invade you, okay?
They were just going about their business, invading you, and you slaughtered them.
They always enter your own system before making contact. They're uncloaking. I don't remember if we actually implemented that.
I think they have cloaking.
Okay.
I definitely remember equipping the security drones with cloaking devices.
And yes, there is an incentive to pay them. There are some positive events where they're satisfied that you're
And there's something unique happens if you manage to repay them in full. And I won't say any more. Okay, so it's growing.
Technology discovered.
Break.
Oh, this is interesting. It should not be a challenge origin. This is what the tutorial should look like. I think that there's still a lot going on for a tutorial.
It's a lot more challenging than we'd like a tutorial to be.
But I think that I like the idea of a tutorial about you going to space for the first time. We should.
Yeah. I'd like it if we had sort of a campaign mode for tutorial, because that, I think, could be interesting.
Establishing colony.
And yes, there is stuff for repaying them.
Construction complete. Survey complete. Survey complete.
Is it possible that they do nothing if you just leave the event open? I think that if you leave it open, it just picks an option by default,
Yeah,
right?
it'll time out after
So
3
yeah,
months or something.
you can't ignore them by just putting the event window in a corner. That's great.
Firstly, let's send an envoy to make contact with. It's up there. Okay, we have gained complete control over the derelict warship systems. Now we must decide what to do with it. Depending on our needs, it could be a powerful asset for either war or research. Excellent. Allow us to restore the warship into either a flagship or habitat.
Because we know that not all players want to shoot people, and we wanted to give something nice, even to not militaristic-oriented empires.
So, we have a choice. Should we refit the warship for scientific research and turn it into a habitat in orbit of our homeworld? Or should we repair it?
Flagship, go punish them. I think our player got the spirit of this.
Yeah, I think... okay, people are saying give us the habitat because we know how ships work.
I mean, have we ever encountered aliens apart from the debt collectors? No.
We've got the cultists. And... yeah, Freak, if you can throw up a vote. Oh, and I'll answer a question. This is a special habitat. It doesn't eat up the orbital ring slot.
Can multiple payback origins all tie back to a single MSI?
Yes.
Well, yes. In theory. I don't know if we broke something in
Okay.
multiplayer, but that is the intention.
I imagine what might happen if there's multiple payback empires, because there's an event chain where you get revenge on them. But if they've already been defeated...
Don't spoil it.
Okay, I won't spoil this. If they already get defeated, there's consequences. And if there's multiple payback empires in the same galaxy,
Oh, yeah.
that could have repercussions.
Yeah, I got it. Yes. That would be funny. Because, yeah, as we said, they're not a fallen empire. They're just a normal empire. So sometimes somebody else could kill them. And we decided that, yeah, this should be part of a story. Because we know that some origin we made in the past are very linear, with a very linear story. And we wanted this to be something that you can replay. So, yeah.
Okay, well, looking at the voting, I'm just going to go with...
Flagship?
That's overwhelmingly going for the flagship.
No, it's a one-shot only. You can't convert it back and forth.
Yeah.
It's not a transformer. That would be cool.
That would be cool, but... So, early on in development, we spoke to the programmers about, what if we had a habitat that could shoot? And the look the programmers gave us? No. And then it was, okay, so what if we had
Oh, but actually...
Oh, wow. What if we had a habitat or a planet that could move from system to system? And the look the programmers gave us? No.
Yeah, they also don't like when we say, hey, what about moving planets?
Yeah.
Not gonna happen. Yeah, cloaking gave a lot of trouble to programmers.
Yes. So Stellaris was never intended to have cloaking, and from what the programmers have told me, you can tell by how the code base is structured. Okay.
We're still going back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, fully nomadic empires would be very, very cool, but from my understanding from the code side is that planets are not supposed to move in Stellaris.
No.
Just
And there are hacky ways around that, but they're not exactly stable.
oh, we could make a ship that has a planet mesh, and if you click on it, you open a planet screen, and we put the planet somewhere out of the.
Yes.
Yeah, we should not do that.
We should never do that. Okay.
Flagship 1.
Flagship 1. Right. Flagship restoration. This will take 66 months.
A sneak peek of a new music.
There's no new music in this. Okay, so MSI doesn't have a unique ship set, but there are unique ship models. There's the MSI flagship model, and there's the 2 ships that pre-FTL civilizations have access to.
And now it's sadly not an entire new ship set, just this ship, because making ships is very hard, and our artists are very busy. But the one we got is super cool, so.
It takes a surprising amount of time to make an entire ship set.
Oh, Stellaris had moving planets in Alpha. I honestly had no idea. It was removed because it was too disorientating.
That is way before my time.
Way before my time as well.
Yeah. I mean, I remember taking time off work to play Stellaris on release day. Let's get... We should definitely poke the programmers about this bug.
Detected.
Oh, are we getting first contact with anything else so far? Because I saw some yellow ships.
Yeah, there's something up here. I don't know what it is. But there's an unknown mushroom portrait. So, who knows?
Survey complete. Construction complete.
Not playing on the fastest speed. That would be inadvisable.
Also because our programmer has been too good and the fastest speed is too fast now.
Yeah. On some of the builds, performance is, especially in the early game, is far, far too fast. If you up... Okay, we have found something. We could abduct them. Are we the type of people who are going to go abduct the first people we meet that aren't MSI?
Yeah, that's a bit mean, but I like it.
Okay. We will attempt to abduct these people. They are using the plantoid chipset. Cool.
The charter votes for abducting them. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured they would.
How do you know they're not the MSI kept them open? What are the piratics in this run? I think they're fanatic, materialist, and militarist. Yes.
Fanatic egalitarian, militarist with nationalistic zeal, and citizen service.
Yeah, but we left this origin open for all ethics. You can even play pacifist and have your revenge, because technically it's a defensive war, okay? You did not want to fight anybody, and this guy come and ruin your party.
Yep.
We only decided to lock it for homicidal empires, partly for variety, because Fear of the Dark is already the origin that does a lot with xenophobia. And partly because it does not really fit. I mean, if a fanatic purifier gets the debt collector, probably we will just shoot them. Oh, this is an interesting one. This is Wait, this one.
We're going to end the illness. That's how the invaders won us over. We allowed them to build gene clinics on Nog. eradicating most of our worst diseases within a generation. Now, those clinics are breaking down, years of intense use causing the machines within to grind to a halt. The proper functioning of the invaders' technology is beyond us. Can we reverse engineer it? Or should we repurpose this poisoned gift in something truly our own? Other empires might possess similar facilities. We should ask for help. If only we knew someone! Okay, so we can attempt to repair the gene clinics. Or we could just repurpose them into a monument.
And just keep Viv and Chain? No.
We're going to attempt to repair them. So if we go here, our gene clinics are broken. Which leads to a whole host of pops losing jobs. We're going to try and repair. And I'm also going to build a stronghold.
So, as we said before, we decided to not write a lot of content about the war itself, because we want to give players a space to think about their own headcanons. But we wanted to have something to let players understand that yes, this invasion left a mark, and that this seemed to be like a good middle ground. About you're not talking about the war itself, but about how you're dealing with the fact that you got a gift from somebody that then absolutely destroyed you.
Okay, that is a loss of events, so... Okay, our mandate's been achieved. We shall continue searching. Normally...
And we tried to fix the thing, and it did not work, but we can try again.
And a pop died.
Oops.
Okay, let's just try and...
Oh no, you got... There is a...
I got the worst option.
Yes.
Where the gene clinic was just completely destroyed. Okay, in my last playthrough, I tried to fix the gene clinics, and then on my... It failed, and on the second time, I managed to repair it. This time, it just completely broke down.
Sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
Also, this is the first time we actually had to bug programmers to get events to trigger after you repair something. But we like the idea of having narrative things that actually require you to interact with the systems a bit more.
Yeah. There's a whole host of modding improvements due to the additional code support we needed for this. Which was...
Oh yeah, because we basically added a trigger on building completed.
Triggers for building completed, building repaired, the ability to run specific buildings via events, which I don't think existed previously.
I think it existed, but it just was not used a lot. Yeah, because, again, this game is so big and has so many moving parts that sometimes even we struggle to keep track of everything. Like, this month we realized that you can make special projects that require you to have a mining or a science station in orbit. And this is written in the documentation, and modders know this because it's in the special project documents. And then we realize, oh, this is actually never used in vanilla.
Yeah, no one internally has ever used this. Okay, so we could eat with the loss of our gene clinics. This precipitated a sharp decline in the quality of our healthcare. Genetic conditions and chronic illnesses that were once simple to cure are again on the rise, and our median life expectancy has returned to preoccupation levels. Public faith in the healthcare system has reached a new low, and some of our people are even starting to lament the departure of the invaders. We can double on investment into medical research, which will give us a bonus to researching genetic healthcare, and remove the... Where is it? I think
It's a planet modifier.
Yeah, I think the events already removed it. Or we could just do nothing. Which, yeah, this does nothing.
You can use herbal treatment and water with sugar. And it's not, it's not a random event, it's specific to the origin.
Yeah.
Because you don't have a gene clinic anymore.
So we started on a capital, we started with the gene clinic, and it got removed. So I'm now building a holo theatre so we don't have the immense shortage. Okay, we have some hostages from this first contact. We could interrogate them or vivisect them.
Maybe interrogate them, because...
Okay. We're not that cruel.
We just want them to know if they're bad or not. Okay?
We're cruel enough to abduct people when we first meet them. But
We're
not
cautious,
cruel.
okay? We're just checking how they are.
discovered.
Well,
Payback. Vivisect them, payback it forward.
Well, I can start researching genetic healthcare.
Anomaly detected.
Okay, our flagship restoration project is ticking along.
Construction complete.
Grab the system before these people we've abducted do. That's a really good choke point. Edible crystal growths, you say? Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna build you...
Village clinic in our planet. Yeah.
Yes, once we've researched it, which is 50 months away.
Special project.
Okay, however, the retrofit of the former MSI warship is complete. We have at our disposal a vessel of massive power and significance. Watch out, Galaxy.
Oh wait, zoom in.
Yeah, I'm going
Very
to.
pretty.
Station
Oh.
under attack.
We have a warship. It's not fully equipped because we have only managed to get some of the most basic systems online. But you know, we have a warship. It's got a fleet power of 2.2k.
So this is why we asked the artist to make it kind of vertical-like, because we wanted it to be either a flagship or a habitat. So we needed a model that could work for both. And yes, you can upgrade it.
Yep.
later.
So as you research certain technologies throughout the course of the game, you'll get special projects to upgrade this. It can't be upgraded in the shipyard like a normal thing. I could cloak it, but I could save the cloaking for the cloaking dev diary.
You're going to be in all the streams, right?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not an Iggy stream. No, you can't merge.
Can you get a sticker every time you're in a stream?
Yeah. Hello. I've received so many stickers. I would like to redeem them for
Ice cream.
pizza.
Swedish pizza.
Not Swedish pizza. Oh yeah. One new thing that our UX designers did, which doesn't really work on this interface because it's a special ship, is if you open up the ship details, you can jump to the ship designer or jump to the fleet manager from the ship view, which is really handy. But yeah, we now have this thing. Let's see if we can go blow something up.
Just to make sure that they don't blow up us first.
Actually, we've now got this really powerful warship, which means we can go investigate the cultists.
In terms of UI, how does the cloaking work, the button?
Okay, we have made first contact with the egalitarian, fanatic, xenophile people who are upset and disappointed at our hostility. We shall greet them properly in battle.
No, we should be...
Okay.
We're not evil, okay? We just wanted to check.
We just wanted to check, so we abducted them. So how cloaking works is you click this button here that I'm trying to not show the tooltip for, and the ship cloaks.
What was the bonus of a xenophile? Oh, because you stop... basically, instead of a normal first alien encounter event, you got a second alien encounter, and you were getting a bit of a xenophile attraction because people were like, oh, so not everybody's evil like the MSI.
I'm still going to spy on them. Oh, and that ship can go scout because it is done. So yeah, this one warship that we've recovered has more fleet power than our 20 corvettes.
Somebody will pause the video and look at the tooltips. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We can always
Of course,
change it.
Montu did. I do not have...
When are the debt collectors returning?
They are returning in 7 years, and we have a warship. So when we say no again, okay, cultists, explore cultists.
Construction complete.
Are there any plans for changing the cost for the espionage system? I don't think we touched the cost specifically.
There's been some discussions, but nothing that's in 3.7.
Is there a unique event if your first contact is with something worse than the MSI? Like, yeah, like if you meet something that is not nice, you get a more xenophobe attraction because you're like, yeah, the galaxy is bad actually.
Technology discovered.
I don't think I'm allowed to show off cloaking, but cloaking would let me go find the cultists.
Construction complete.
Give it back. No, we can't start a primitive Fist DLC, as we said before. The thing is that starting... it's one of these ideas that sounds cool until you try to actually do it, and then you realize that starting with one planet and nothing to do is really boring.
It's something we did discuss, and there are...
I like the idea of using it for like a tutorial.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But there's definitely gameplay considerations that make it not the best. Okay, so I can't send our flagship against that because they have 32,000. I want to demonstrate something. But we did think about it, and there are other answers to the can I play as a pre-FCL civilization? But yeah, both Payback and Broken Shackle start you off at a technological deficit. The original development versions, early on in development, were you didn't even start with your station. You had to build a shipyard and everything.
And then we realized that it was very boring.
It was like, okay, this is awful. This is not fun. And if it's not fun, it needs to be looked at.
Long updated.
It was especially annoying for QA because every time they had to test an event or something, they had to rebuild everything. But also for a normal player, it would be just a lot of waiting.
Yeah. We have now researched genetic healthcare, and we've got Unity Boost for...
What if you start as a multi-system empire that has forgotten to FTL and so using city on similar world and have to invent world? Why don't you just play Stellaris version 1? So you got the tile system to play SimCity, and then you just jump around.
Okay, so we have the cultist flagship, which, you know, it has 600 fleet power. We have our flagship, which has 2,000 fleet power. I wonder which one.
No flag to kill the flagship.
I'm going to. I'm sending it that way. But you know these really friendly people we found? They've rivaled us.
I mean, we kinda kidnapped those people
They
first.
absolutely hate us because we kidnapped their people.
I mean, why do we hate the MSI?
They kidnapped our people. But we're the baddies.
Maybe. I mean, at least we're fighting the debt collector. We did not say, yeah, we're going to give you some indenture servants.
Yeah, but we could enslave these people and then give them to the debt collectors.
Yeah, we could.
I mean, we probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
That's very evil.
And then you get an event that is just that gif from the Tarantino movie, like, how are we the bad guys?
We are fanatic egalitarians. We treat everyone equally.
Except from the people who are not us.
Construction complete.
Who we count as who should be treated equally. Maybe it's everyone who is in the military is treated equally. Do we have not? We don't have spells.
We're egalitarian towards our own people, not towards other people.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay, where's my phone?
Also, some people try to enslave us, so we're being egalitarian in enslaving others.
Yeah. We have made contact with the Covenant of the Shroud. Oh. But in the meantime, we need to make contact with other people.
Survey complete. Construction complete.
The public wants us to ask the Shroud people our fate.
Yeah, we should do that. I'm going to try and improve relations with these people so they forgive us for interrogating them. Hello, what is to be our fate? Shall pay.
Oh, so we're right next to the Marauders.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so...
Maybe we should say the debt collectors, hey, you're not looking for us, you're looking for these other people there.
We deny the Shroud, we should... change. Yeah? I mean... We've got open borders. This is saying that we've closed borders to these. I don't think we did. Not crack the air.
It's a shame you can't pyramid scheme your neighbors into helping pay off the debts.
I mean, we could. If we subjugated these people and we taxed them, then we could use those taxes to repay our debts.
I think we had some very early ideas. I like the idea of having a megacorp like, hey, do you want a loan? But the thing is that it's very easy to have too many ideas and then you're like, oh no, I have to implement all this and test all this stuff for all the possible edge cases.
Okay.
And then you're just out of
There's a
time.
lot going on, so I'm going to deal with the Shroud Walkers in a bit, because our flagship is in combat.
Oh.
Construction complete.
Well, their lasers are just chewing through our armor, though. But our fighters are making short work of the escorts. The problem when your main weapons are basically early game artillery.
Log updated.
Is MSI prevented from taking syntactic? I think so.
I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure I blocked them from doing that.
Also, because I remember our internal law is that they started dealing with slaves because they tried to make robots and probably had a kind of a Skynet event. I don't think we actually wrote this anywhere in the game, but it was in our internal documents. The hidden law.
Some transport ships to go. Flagship.
But yeah, we adjusted the weights of the MSI in a lot of spaces, like Galactic Community, which tradition they take to try to give them
Detected.
a very strong personality.
Yeah. From a game design perspective, they also have a unique AI personality which guides a lot of how they behave. Which is tied to their unique origin.
Complete.
Where are they?
Can't abduct these people.
Maybe we should just send a strength ship to explore randomly.
I've got them exploring.
Survey complete.
I've got... Okay, I don't have enough of them.
No, they're not despicable neutrals.
I think their unique personality is benevolent corporation,
Something
which
like
is how
that.
they describe themselves.
Yeah, because I mean, we're just doing you a favor, really.
Yeah.
We're giving you all this technology, we're just asking you to dedicate your life to them. It's a deal, really.
Technology
Should soon
discovered.
have the debt collector.
Are we going to shoot them again?
Yes.
Survey complete.
I mean, what other option is there realistically?
Analyzed.
We'll pay the debt.
Don't think we have enough energy credits or alloys or consumer goods.
Yeah, because they asked for 5,000.
Yeah, we do not have 5,000 energy.
Construction complete. Survey complete.
All these
A lot
ends.
of things.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a lot of things.
This is why I don't like playing on fastest in the early game. Okay, so there are aliens. We could just shoot them. We should just shoot them. If anyone asks, we learned from the MSI.
Technology discovered.
Oh, here they are again.
We won't pay. And we've secured the other cultist flagship.
Now we're just going to shoot
Oh,
them
they
again.
sent more drones, because last time they
Yes.
sent 3 drones, now they've sent 6.
You approve of that fix yesterday. Now they get stronger every time.
Well, tough luck for them. Let's get that and they're coming back. How many times do they come here before they go, no, we've had enough? Oh, this might answer that. The debt collectors departed from our home system. Well, departed is an interesting term. They
They-
departed because we shot them.
They are departed in a sense, right?
Yes. But a deep sense of dread still lingers. Given their dedications to their employer, they will never stop harassing us. Even if we somehow manage to repay the full sum, they will come up with something else. Interest rates, legal loopholes, small print hidden in documents we don't remember signing. If we can't buy back our freedom, we have no choice but to fight for it. The only question is how. With weapons or with words?
I think we need another survey here.
Yeah.
So people can decide. Because these are two completely different event chains.
Would you rather fight for revenge with weapons or words?
I mean, considering how they voted so far, I think I have an inkling of what
Yes,
they will
I think I have an
vote
inkling
for.
of what chat wants.
Yeah.
Okay, we will fight with warfare. Make them pay.
Yeah.
We defeated them once, and we can do it again. But it won't be easy. The first time, they weren't expecting for us to fight back. Now, they will attack us with the full might of their fleet. To have any chance, we must bide our time and prepare ourselves. This is a battle we cannot afford to lose. Make them pay. We can now use the Payback Casus Belli to declare war to the MSI. So we have a special Casus Belli. We're going to need to meet MSI to
Maybe.
make use of it, but it should be in here somewhere. Even the school.
No, we're not pacifist. We vote the other event chain for a more Pacific inclined empire when you defeat them with word, which means that you use the galactic community to outlaw the business model. But pacifists can choose to fight with weapons as well. I think it's the only part of the game when you couldn't do that, because technically we decided that it's a defensive war in a sense.
Yes, it is a defensive war of aggression. We re-elected their current ruler, even though they didn't live up to the
Is
election.
this content on console? No. Overload is coming soon on console. First contact will come later. It's not on us.
Survey complete.
Yeah.
As importing a game to a different console takes a lot of work
Yeah.
and time.
And the console version is not handled by us here. We shall interrogate these other people we abducted.
We made events, so if you take a revenge to diplomacy, they can't ignore sanctions.
Yeah. First contact with the fanatic xenophile slug in VATS. We shall pursue equality.
And yes, the debt collector will get back in another 15 years, I think.
Debt collectors. No, wrong one.
They just keep going.
Yeah. They'll be back. And in greater numbers.
I think it flows well.
Yeah.
Because video is all about you have the debt collector to pressure you to actually get your empire together, start preparing yourself so you can.
Hey, these guys are fanatic egalitarian xenophiles. They might
keep-
like us.
We've been surrounded by nice guys.
Yeah.
Anomaly detected.
Shroud goes quiet. Okay. Thank you. I don't think we didn't finish.
No, they're spawned by an empire. They're not actual empire / match enclave. Partly because if we were to actually find the MSI, people will notice that they live in the MSI. There's some of their pops.
Anomaly
Yeah.
detected.
What happens if you lose the previous battle? They just steal your pops.
Construction complete.
Oh yeah, MSI has access to the raiding bombardment stance to abduct people from their special origin.
And the debt collectors as well.
Yeah.
Would be nice to find them.
Yeah.
Survey.
The Broken Shackles stream that we did last week, we found them very quickly.
And
They-
they're
they-
hiding.
Yeah.
They're afraid of us.
Special project complete.
Ooh.
No, they
was
spawn about your capital. I'm sorry. What if you abandon it? No, they should always spawn in your capital. Because,
An alien empire.
again, our game is made of a lot of moving parts, so spawning them slightly, even if you're in a system next, can make so many things go wrong.
Yeah. So,
So-
you know how you were saying we kept ordering nice people?
Yeah.
They're fanatic purifiers.
Woo.
Survey
We'll
complete.
continue building up our fleet.
Construction complete. Survey complete. An alien
We've
empire
met
is making-
Yankee.
Initiating
Oh, this
communication.
picture is so pretty.
Yeah. Our art team. I've said it before, I will say it a million times. The art team is fantastic.
It was one of my first tasks as a content designer. I was like, hey, I'm writing stuff about Vetyanki. Can Vetyanki have a picture? Because they were the only space critters without one.
The Marauders want us
Oh.
to pay.
We're surrounded by debt collectors. We should fight them as well.
Yeah. Goodbye.
This will not go well.
This will be fine. It's all fine. Nothing can go wrong.
Hostile fleet encountered. Construction
Okay.
complete.
So the raiding fleet is only 8k strong. This is fine.
Survey complete.
Yes. I'm just gonna Build another shipyard. Know where they're going?
Spaceport under attack.
Being distracted. You're pumping out more
Mining
corvettes.
station lost.
It might not be enough.
Yeah, but we will go down fighting, and that's what matters, right?
Yes. Well, we've got about half an hour left of the stream by my clock. So if we go down fighting now,
Spaceport under attack.
this is just
Mining station.
softening them up, I hope. No, not really.
Station under attack. Mining station lost. Spaceport under attack.
Marauders should have cloaking now, because then they will become even more annoying.
Yeah, we're very careful of who we gave cloaking to.
Fleet
Softening
lost.
them up.
Yes. And then they're going to start abducting our people. You know, just like everyone else in this God's forsaken galaxy.
Survey complete.
Maybe our people are just really tasty.
I hope not.
Just chicken, right?
Mm. I know what I'm having for dinner, I guess.
No, I don't think we gave the crisis cloaking.
No, I did not give any of the endgame crisis factions cloaking. I did give them cloaking detection. Because I didn't want you to be able to, say, send a cloaked fleet to go blow up one of the Unbidden's defensive stations.
Does the MSI start with a mercenary enclave? I don't think
No,
so.
we're trying to avoid content that is locked behind multiple DLCs at once, and Mercs require Overlord, and the MSI doesn't. So it's the, well, if we make that, then that's
And also it
difficult.
does not fit them, because technically the thing is that they're not super warlike. They want to enlighten people that they see as inferior, so they will not fight back, and then they will get some nice slave. The fact that we fought back is kind of like new to them, and that's why they will say like, yeah, this is not worth it. We're stuck between all these people.
Yeah, I'm gonna spy on the, blood court next to us.
We did not even find the PFTRs.
No. We are in a very crowded section of the galaxy, and I don't like it.
Construction complete.
Because we could find some PFTRs and do the same thing that the MSI did to us.
Yeah. I could send our flagship up against them, but I'm a bit wary of that. I don't want to lose it.
Would be cool to have some. We like doing DLC synergy, but carefully. As in, it's nice to reward the people for having multiple DLC and give them some extra stuff. But we also see that sometimes people are a bit confused about, oh, what do I need to have this? So we tend to do it for just tiny extra stuff.
You cannot put the flagship in the fleet because it's a special ship by itself. At one point in development, we tried having it act as a juggernaut, so it would be a mobile starbase, and that caused a few complications. Juggernauts, cloaking, don't mix well. Yeah, our raiders have just...
Can you
abducted some
repair the
bots.
flagship if it's destroyed? I don't think so.
No. It's the, if it gets destroyed, it has been destroyed.
Also because it's made with technology that is very different from yours.
Yeah, so as you unlock... When we get a bit late on the stream, I'll use some console commands to show something off. If I don't achieve it naturally.
Like funding the MSI?
I was more thinking showing the upgrading the flagship. Because when you research certain technologies, you get the ability to upgrade it, and that's less putting new technology on it, and more you've improved your understanding of how the systems work, so you're able to basically turn on systems that you previously didn't know how to.
Can you cloak a planet cracker or star eaters? I
No.
don't know. Also, imagine these poor guys just living their life and suddenly a ghost of ships arrives and breaks your planet.
Yeah, that would
just
not
suck.
be a good day. So you can cloak most warships, but you cannot cloak juggernauts, colossi, star eaters, things of that ilk.
Wait, shh. What you should say is like, we will tell you this stuff in the next streaming, so like and subscribe and come here in...
Actually, I think this one's on the next Dev Diary. But
Shh. I work in marketing, I know this stuff.
yeah, I didn't work marketing. Yeah, cloaked ships can use jump drives. Ooh, found a rune sentry array. Fun.
I'm imagining these people trying to cloak big ships, like when you have like a tiny piece of tissue and trying to put it in front of... like, not look at this.
You can't see me. I'm hidden. You cannot conduct...
No replies to cloaking.
I'm just saying that in order to research an archaeology site, it has to be within your borders. Nothing about that changes. We're not just going to let archaeologists roam free. They need to be contained.
Would be fun. You're doing illegal archaeology past the enemy borders because you really care about the broken ruins.
That sounds very British.
No, it should be, if two people choose Broken Shackles and two people choose Payback, it should work correctly, as in one MSI spawns.
Yes, there'll be...
And then you will be able to meet each other and recognize each other. And if I set my flags correctly in script, even if there are multiple Broken Shackles, the game should be able to differentiate between each other.
Yeah. And the Broken Shackles empires will have starting populations that... starting pops that could be from any of the other Broken Shackles empires or Payback empires.
No British Museum shenanigans in Stellaris, no. I think CK is the most British team we have.
Yeah, we've got a few Brits on Stellaris, but CK's definitely got the most Brits on it.
Too many Brits.
I don't know about that. But Cosmogon did add the Faculty of Archaeo Studies to Ancient Relics as part of the 3.7 Custodian patch.
Alright.
Which gives you a nice boost to researching archaeotechs. Which is fun. Though I'm not sure how many of those we have revealed.
Still no MSI around?
No, and we're kind of locked in.
No!
Yeah, we're...
And not...
Well, these folks will let us through, but everyone else blocked us off. So I'm trying to get enough intel on the Fnatic Purifiers to know if I should declare war on them. I reckon we could probably take them.
Survey complete.
Just run an espionage operation on them. What do I need from that?
Did we show off espionage on PFTRs in the other Steam?
We did last week. We used the power of memes against them to try and make them more xenophilic. We've met rock boulders. well, Federation builders that are rocks. And
I worked a lot on espionage on this DLC out of a spite, as in everybody say that it's bad, so we are going to try to make it slightly less bad. And I think we mostly succeeded, because in that case you're spying pre-FTIs who don't know about you, so they can't react, and that feels less bad.
And I think we've improved the documentation of the existing espionage stuff,
And
so modders should have an easier time.
And also we had we made random events work in the espionage system instead of being country events.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Log
Are you
update.
sure all the...
We don't have the Galcom to show that off yet.
Yeah, we know that, again, we know that espionage is not ideal in this current state. We would love to work on it more. I can say
Construction
more than
complete.
that.
But the list of things that we'd love to improve
Yeah.
upon is longer than I am tall.
Construction complete.
The game has too many moving parts.
Okay. Ooh, refugees have arrived. Okay, so the refugees arrived, gave us enough intel on these folks to tell us that we're equivalent. Cool.
Yeah.
We're going to war.
I should add an option that if you get a refugee from the MSI, you should be able to say actually no.
Chips. Right, we're going to war.
We should have wars for the relics. Oh, ho, ho.
If you're barbaric spoilers, you can steal relics with the plunder war goal. Actually, anyone can steal relics when you win a war.
I think I saw things about this.
Special project complete. Survey.
It's just, I think, for regular empires, you have a 10% chance of stealing a relic when you win a war. For barbaric despoilers, it's a 15% chance, but if you're using the plunder war goal, it's something like 50.
Oh, also a fun change we made for that is now when you get the Galatron, the other players don't get the option to steal it the moment you get it, but the moment you use it. So you can keep it hidden.
Alright, we shall use our flagship against these fanatic purifiers.
Are we fighting them?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for our fleet to get their borders.
Just so then we can go to the other side of the galaxy.
Yeah, then we're not blocked in.
Initiating communications.
Also, it seems like the right thing to do.
What about the galactic community? Are these people all asocial?
They are a threat to democracy.
Galactic community, unfortunately, has not been formed.
Initiating communications. Space
Okay, well, let's
So even if we
sacrificial-
had chosen to fight with words, we should just
engage
not be able to get our revenge.
Well, not
because
until the
we-
Galcom forms.
Yeah, because we live in a sad galaxy where people don't want to.
No.
I mean, everybody has been so busy kidnapping each other so far that
Hey, most of that kidnapping's been done by us.
it was. Look, we had some very, very, very bad parents, and we grew up a bit wrong, okay?
We will not send our fleet to fight the Yankee matriarch.
No. Also because the Tianki are nice and you should not kill them.
engaging
Yeah.
enemy station.
Says the person who made the Tianki graveyard, but we're already dead. When do you get a situation to upgrade the flagship? I think when you get some specific technology, right?
Yes.
The Tianki are not MSI collaborators. The Tianki are nice.
Okay, so they... I'm gonna just...
I'm imagining the
American
MSI
Sea-
now training the Tianki like dogs, so like, oh, You got some pops from her. Thank you. Like,
Yeah.
do we even have mouths? I mean, maybe they're more like jellyfish, right? We don't really have.
I don't know. I've never really
Look
considered.
at the matriarch. Nah, we don't have a mouth. I mean, they eat.
They
go
eat off
grass
gas
and
giants.
yeah.
Gas giants. I don't think you really need a mouth to suction gases off a gas giant.
Survey complete.
Okay, so they sort of.
Do you think
surprised
you
off
might unlock some of the restriction on Origins to allow more role playing, like allowing hive minds and void dweller and so on? Possibly?
It's something definitely worth discussing.
Yeah, it's again.
But I don't think it's anything we could answer here and now.
Yeah, the thing is that our game has a lot of moving parts, and we keep adding new things. And then this is why what custodians are for, to check on the older stuff and make sure that it works nicely with the new stuff. But the list of the things that we
Hey,
have.
we found MSI.
Oh. Read this in a very dramatic voice. Because
Okay. How strange are the workings of the universe that we should come into contact with one another again after all that has transpired. But never fear, on behalf of the board, Minimar Specialized Industries stands ready to assist you again. Of course, we cannot simply overlook the damages occurred to company property. Our collection agents will no doubt be in contact with you soon if they haven't already done so. Or rather, if they haven't done so already. We hope we'll be able to reach an amicable settlement. We live in such interesting times, don't you think? Allow me to be the first to congratulate you on the incredible progress your people have made. We look forward to testing how much you've grown.
leave us in peace.
Leave us in peace. Where are they?
But basically, you're slightly disappointed parents.
Yep. So we found them. They really don't like us.
And we don't like them either.
No.
I think we put some very bad opinion modifiers. Like
We declare them our rival. So we have...
And now we got the special casus belli. That means that we have a lot of war goals we can select, because
So
you
we
can
have-
decide how you want to get your revenge.
So we can either pay back via destroying them completely and utterly, although they have a subsidiary, or we can turn them into a tributary. Because what better way to enact payback than making them the underling?
Unless they have a special opinion modifiers on payback and broken shackles.
And yes, if you lose, I think you become their subject?
Yes, with some very, very harsh.
Yeah, I think, if I remember correctly, the terms of that agreement are horrible. You do not want to be in that position.
So the idea is that you want to do that only if you're really, really sure.
Yes.
So you want to get prepared, but also not wait too often, because the debt collectors are still bugging you.
Yeah.
So we hope this will make for some interesting playthroughs.
We have about 20 minutes left, so I'm gonna cheat once flagship returns.
Is it possible to play this game without building an army and still be successful? I mean, a fleet army? A fleet or an army as in ground army?
A ground army, yeah, sure. A fleet, no. The AI will recognize that you're weak and try and...
I remember reading a very funny post on Reddit on somebody who was playing as a Void Dweller megachurch with only a bunch of corvettes, and all the other country had like a paternalizing attitude towards you, as in, oh, you're so cute, you're so weak. So these people were just spamming, what's the name? Branch offices everywhere. And everybody was like, oh, this is so nice. We're going to protect you.
I suppose that could work.
Yeah.
Hostile fleet encountered.
Okay. We have our...
Yeah, I was saying before, one of the reasons why we can't make promises of stuff like unlocking restriction on origins is that as custodians there are so much things that we would like to do and we have priorities. Like I would like to have more content, more stuff for pacifist empires. But we have a million other things to do.
Yeah. Okay. Since I want to upgrade this, and I'm not beyond cheating, if it's entertaining. I don't care about you, but I wanted to. Okay, so we now have the special project to upgrade our flagship, which is going to take a while. So we'll also just skip that.
I'd like organic ships and plantoid diplomatic rooms. I would like organic ships too. Horrible, gooey.
That could be cool, yeah.
I remember reading a very nice book called Sisters of a Black Veil that was about the space nuns that were around on a mission to indoctrinate other worlds, and they were living on a giant alien ship. So it was not a reanimated Tianki, it was just a living creature, and they were living into this creature and taking care of it. And then they realized, oh, our ship needs to deposit eggs somewhere. We don't really know how this works. What should we do to take care of our creature and the ship babies?
I upgraded the MSI flagship to the max. Oh god. No, we're not going to pay. Okay, you'll attack us again. We'll send the flagship back.
Can we see the weapons it gets when it upgrades?
Yes.
And I think it has another upgrade project or two, right?
I think this is the finals here, because I went research battleship tech, which I think gives you the final upgrade. But there might be one more. I can't remember. It's been a while.
Survey complete.
And we see how strong it is. Yeah, we should fight somebody.
It's.
We'll just say that cheating at this point.
Yes. That console command doesn't work in the release build. It only works. Okay, just use
What,
the jump.
instant mover?
Yeah, it only works in the debug version of the game.
Special cheat code.
Survey complete.
Oh no, you sent security drones against us.
Also,
We'll just run away while our fighters defeat you.
we did not show the ships of the debt collectors. So a fun fact is that...
You want me to reload and show them?
No. I remember I was looking at all the 3D assets, and I was like, I found this anomaly that is the ancient battleground, and it has something like 6 or 7 ships that are only used there. And then like, these are actually pretty cool, and we can use them for normal ships.
Giada?
Yes?
I did not realise that if I defeated the debt collectors and MSI was in contact with me, they would declare war on me.
Yes. It also happens if they're not in contact. They contact you specifically to say, hey, please stop killing our debt collectors.
Oh,
Whoops.
okay. Can we piece out of the war that we're currently in? No.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, and they want to subjugate us, so
And we should subjugate them, right?
let's just go with yes. And
This is fine. Yeah, this is fine.
yeah, everything's fine. Afterburners might be useful.
So this is why you may want to pay them, even just sometimes.
Yes, that would have been a good idea. Where's the flagship gone? Okay, it's a while out.
Spaceport under attack.
So maybe declaring war on a fanatic purifier when we knew debt collectors were coming to us was a bad idea.
Yeah, but we will go down fighting if that's what matters, right?
Yes.
Spaceport lost. Survey complete.
People suggest that we cheat.
No, I
Create a Navi one.
I only wanted to use console commands to show off stuff that we wouldn't have time to show off fully. I don't want to just cheat to win a war. We met the curators. That's useful, I suppose.
Yeah, they can give us books, and then we can throw at the fanatic fury.
Technology discovered.
That might work. Well, just settle the war with the fanatic purifiers. We have awful, disgusting borders, but it's fine.
I mean, they're pointing out that maybe can the MSI even reach us? Because...
I don't think so.
So maybe we're okay, actually.
Yeah. I'm gonna put a spy in MS territory. Scientist died.
There's still no galactic community.
Nope. This is a horrible galaxy.
Technology discovered. Ships upgraded.
The only thing missing is the can at this point.
Yeah, it's too early to get the card. That's good. I'm actually going to pay these people. Because I don't want to get raided again.
Since the MSI are a normal empire, will they expand of their own, or will they only expand in defensive role? We gave them a custom personality, so I think we made them expand but not too much.
Yeah.
Again, they're not super aggressive. They're a corporation. They like to uplift the people and get nice slaves and be chummy with the rest of the galaxy.
Hey, speaking of the galactic community...
We just
Xenophon.
insulted somebody and then decided, yeah, actually.
I can't remember if that was we insulted someone or someone insulted us. Continue exploring. Which dig site is that? Okay. I don't want to do the dig site that will spawn an Eldritch Horror.
I mean, at this point we might as well, right? We hate everybody.
Well, I found MSI's borders.
Okay, that's good.
We can send their own ship into it.
You wanted this? Take it!
Hello, we've come to return your ship. We made some repairs.
Did Payback and Broken Shackles have special insult for the MSI? I don't remember if we added them.
I cannot recall. Hey, we're part of the galactic community now.
How will multiplayer work if several people choose the new origins? If you play Broken Shackle, Payback also spawn and vice versa, you always get one MSI.
Hey, MSI has become more authoritarian. They are now fanatic authoritarian materialist instead of fanatic materialist.
Initiating communications.
We were a bit worried about, hey, should we make a special events? What happens if we become pacifist? But you know what?
It's funny.
It's funny, and even if they're pacifists now, they still kicked your ass in the past, and you should be able to give them back. So here they are. They're not a fallen empire, but they're clearly a very well-developed advanced empire.
Hey, they have a ruined orbital ring.
Oh.
Initiating communications.
Also, their capital. You might want it for reasons.
Yeah.
Construction complete.
So we know that a common problem that a lot of Origin are is that the content tend to fade out after the early game, but I think defeating the MSI will keep players busy for a while, because they're big.
Yeah. So. Think
How does MSI interact with empires not from the adversary? We put a lot of weight on how they interact with the galactic community and stuff. Generically speaking, they're not super aggressive. They like to have a lot of commercial partner and to sell slaves.
Engaging enemy station.
I didn't have any armies. Okay. We need armies.
No, there is no peace. If you use the payback casus belli, you can't declare peace. Either you win or you lose. There is no status quo. So think before and be prepared before using it.
However, the war that they've declared.
It's a normal war.
No. Can't status quos either.
Oops.
Because they have declared war to subjugate us, and we have done to pay back on them.
Oh. Is there a chance the MSI will get a ship in a later update?
I don't think so. I doubt it.
But we know that people seems to really like it. It's very pretty.
It is.
I mean, I don't think you will be able to get a commercial pact with the MSI considering how much they hate you.
Yeah, they utterly hate you.
And you also hate them. I think it's like a minus 1,000 opinion from each side.
Yeah. But you'll have a diplomacy bonus with any
With
other
Broken
Payback or Broken Shackles empires that are in the galaxy. Okay. Maybe because I have a fully upgraded
yeah, I
flagship.
think if you're not Broken Shackle of Payback, they should be the branch officers.
Yeah.
Because they're a megacorp.
Yeah, they're just a megacorp. I mean, they're not exactly a bog standard megacorp because...
Yeah.
And someone's grabbed a screenshot of that.
Just pay off the debt to remove the penalty. But you're assuming that you can pay the debt.
Okay. If you can pay off the debt successfully, please let us know.
Engaging enemy fleet. Engaging enemy station. Spaceport under attack.
Yeah, maybe fully upgrading the flagship using console commands was a bit overpowered. But hey, I'm not complaining.
We're getting our revenge.
Yes.
Spaceport lost.
The only problem is we have pirates.
Yeah, we know people will cheat.
Yeah.
We put something for the cheaters.
Oh, that event shouldn't pop up.
Engaging
But
enemy
it did.
station.
It's because I researched battleships before I researched destroyers, which
Spaceport under attack.
shouldn't be possible. Right, we have 5 minutes left. Is there anything else you want to show off?
Oh, not really. I think we showed off
No,
a lot of content.
You say you wouldn't have spent a million energy credits in a pre-FTL invasion, but you're forgetting to take into account return on investment and inflation.
And the emotional cost of a family that suffered for all the people that died in the invasion.
Yes.
I mean, they're clearly trying to scam you.
Okay. So I cannot...
Yeah.
I don't think I can win the war in the next 5 minutes.
But kind of like when you get into a car accident and a person like slightly cracks their neck and sue you for like millions in emotional damages.
Spaceborne life form
However...
encountered.
Oh, you cheated.
Yes. That's one way of paying off your debt.
You should read it in a dramatic way.
Okay.
I'm sorry I'm making you read everything, but I see people in my death diary say that I have a very hard to understand the French accent. I'm not
You're
French.
Italian.
So now...
Yeah, better to get the Brits
Yeah.
to read things out than the Italian. So, debt extinguished. Even before we reached the stars, we knew we were not alone. For centuries, the Myanmar specialized industries has loomed over us, first as a mentor, then as an oppressor, and now finally as a fallen tyrant. We should celebrate, and then perhaps we should lay down our weapons and finally rest. So we could either be satisfied with this, which will give us a fairly hefty unity bonus, or
can get a funk.
or we could just not lay down our weapons. And I think I'm going to stop playing at this point.
Yes.
That seems like a good point to stop playing.
Yes.
So, we've got 5 minutes. Any questions?
4 minutes now. Can we get a third option, which is to send them an itemized build? That would be fun.
That would be funny. Okay, I'll show you the MSI homeworld. Okay. So the MSI homeworld is a size 25 relic world.
I mean, turning them into the vassal is kind of that thing, right? Now
Yeah.
you pay taxes.
Yes.
It's yours.
Granted, the AI's done some building up on it, but it starts off with the slave processing facility at the start
They
of the game.
indent your assets.
Yes.
Professor.
You just joined. Did you miss something? You missed about 2 hours of the stream.
To get the jackets, you have to work here. I think are we hiring?
I think we might be.
Yes, the entire storyline is we've been trying to reach you about your car standard word. This is fairly accurate.
So yeah, that was us with a little bit of the help from the console, achieving payback. Thank you, Nurgle. A little help. Yeah, but thank you for tuning in.
Thank you for joining.
And read this week's Dev Diary. It will have more information about cloaking.
Wish list, the first contact.
Yes, it's great. And I'm not saying that because I'm biased.